Let's talk about love, not war. I'm not going to clickbait you with like World War III. I'm not going to talk about the war because I'm not going to do that to you. And I hope you don't watch anybody that clickbaits you like that because some of the right media has become a lot like mainstream media, the left. They be lying.
Apparently, I'm back in time for World War III.
We are starting the fight. These crazies are dragging us in to what's really already World War III.
And I am a little late with my videos because we're at the end of June. And I want to talk about pride still. Speaking of the media has always wanted everyone to believe, and the government, that Trump is anti-gay. But what if I told you that Trump was the first American president to ever step into office supporting same-sex marriage? Obama sure in the hell didn't, not when he was first elected.
Marriage is the union between a man and a woman.
I have been very clear on this. I have said that I am not a supporter of gay marriage.
What I believe is that marriage is between a man and a woman.
Do you support gay marriage?
No, Barack Obama nor I support redefining from a civil side what constitutes marriage. We do not support that. That is basically a decision to be able to be left to the faith and people who practice their faith, the determination what you call.
But Trump walked on that stage in 2016 holding the pride flag pridefully. And today, during Pride Month, I want to talk about the truth that the media refuses to admit. And I'm so sorry, guys. I know I am always constantly messing with my hair in my videos, but my hair is at that really awkward length because I've had a bob. I think everyone looks cute with a bob. But I've had long hair my whole life, long story short. And like for the past 7 years, I've had a short bob, but it's hard to maintain and keep up with because you have to keep cutting it every 2 weeks. And I was cutting it myself. Everyone, I'm sorry, looks frumpy with long hair. It pulls down your face. It makes your face look longer, making you look frumpy. So I'm in my frumpy stage. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the bob again, but yeah, we all know when you're trying to grow out your hair, you have to get through the weird length. Oh no, it seems like I'm in a talkative mood. Well, the reason why this video is important to me is a year ago, my first Trump video ever was during Pride Month. I made the same exact video explaining how Trump was the first American president to ever support same-sex marriage. And it didn't get that many views because I didn't have a lot of followers. I still don't have a lot of followers, but I think I was like at 500 back then. But it's just like I want to do it again. I want to make the same video. I have a bigger audience. Maybe I'll get 100 views this time. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're fun here. I don't know how I talk a lot in the comments. Hi, how you doing? Never mind. Just carry on. Anyway, we all have witnessed probably the largest smear campaign in history with Donald Trump. I mean, I was a Democrat. I'm going to start off at the beginning. I was a Democrat before Trump. Trump was a Democrat before Trump. I think we all were. I voted for Trump 3 times. I only voted one other time when I first turned 18. No, I'm lying. I wasn't 18. I think I was 20 because it was the year 2000 when Al Gore was running. I voted for Al Gore. I don't know why. They did the recount in Florida and because Al Gore won, and then they switched presidents and then Bush won. So I didn't trust the whole election process anyway. So I didn't vote again until Trump. And the only reason why I voted for Trump is because I saw what the media was doing. I saw how they were lying about him. Like anyone who is a Democrat and then starts becoming a Trump supporter or, part of MAGA movement is because they said, oh, I started watching Trump. I saw a Trump speech. And then later I listened to the news and they said everything the opposite of what he truly said. And it's like, yeah, because I listened to Trump's first speech. I thought it was so funny when Trump said he was running. Because, I mean, come on, we all hate Hillary. So I didn't want Hillary to be president. So I started listening to old Trump's speech because I thought it was funny, too, because it's, Donald Trump is kind of silly, because all the rap songs about him, because of The Apprentice, because Little Rascals and Home Alone, all the movies he was in. I don't know. I thought it was just kind of silly that Donald Trump was going to run. But then I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool, too, at the same time. And then again, just listening to all the media's lies about him, that he's homophobic, that he's racist.
I'm a gay man. I just sang the Star Spangled Banner at Mar-a-Lago. such a homophobic administration, and they keep inviting gay people to Mar-a-Lago.
The racist, that one's funny because him and Thomas Jefferson are the only white presidents that have ever dated black women. And he also was the only man in Florida at the time, because he owns like hotels and stuff, to allow black and Jews inside his hotels. And he's the only one that was giving out black loans for like small businesses and stuff for families, and that they didn't have to pay back. That's another video I'll link somewhere in the corner.
At the time Trump opened Mar-a-Lago to the public, most, if not all, country clubs in Florida did not allow blacks and Jews in. First thing that Trump did after opening up to the public is sue Palm Beach County and allow blacks and Jews in.
And even though I was a Democrat when Obama ran, I never voted for him because people were voting for him just because of the color of his skin. I thought that was so racist and wild. Anywho, like I was saying, Obama didn't even support same-sex marriage when he first was elected in 2008.
I have been very clear on this. I have said that I am not a supporter of gay marriage.
He definitely changed his tune, though, in 2012 when he wanted to get reelected, making Trump the first American president to ever step into office supporting same-sex marriage in history. And Trump also started a global campaign decriminalizing homosexuality around the world, which no other leader has ever done.
A few moments later.
I started texting a friend and I didn't know where I left off in the video. So I went back to see, and I was screaming. I'm like, why am I screaming? I'm sorry for screaming. But Trump has also hosted gay weddings at his hotels. Now I'm just laughing that I'm screaming in my prior. Okay. Trump also appointed the first openly gay person to hold like U.S. cabinet in that level position. I think his name is Richard Grenell, I think. Dick Grenell. Now, by all means, you don't have to love Trump, but you should know the facts. Because sometimes, let's be real, like mostly all the time, the headlines aren't telling you the truth. And especially during Pride Month.
Hello. I have been seeing all over Facebook, like personal friends and family posting this kind of stuff, or this thing that says, wishing all the homophobes a super uncomfortable month. Y'all are literally pushing us back 20, 30, 40 years. This is what I'm talking about with the straight people. Like, bro, it's 2025. Y'all are making me want to crawl into a closet so far deep into it. Like, y'all are making it worse. The allies are literally making it worse.
Personally, I don't like the rap that the right gets when it comes to the LGBTQ community, because most of my friends growing up and in life have been part of the community. I'm not some Bible thumper over here thinking that all gay people are demons. And that's the great part about the MAGA movement when you look at it. It is so diverse.
Here is why it's much easier to be a conservative than liberal in today's America. So these are the list of issues that you basically have to agree on every single one of these. Otherwise, they'll cast you out. First, we got the alphabet people. If you say one thing that is against their agenda, you're out. Then we got Black Lives Matter. If you didn't post that black square, you're cooked. You won't get invited to the barbecue. And then kind of grouped in there is that you got to be anti-white. Even the white liberals have to basically say how much they hate themselves. Number 3, you have to be anti-family. If you're not gay, trans, then you got to have an abortion. Number 4, you got to be anti-American. If you don't support any other country other than America, they will burn you at the stake. You got to make sure you got the Free Palestine flag, the Ukraine flag, the rainbow flag. Every flag other than the American flag has to be waving in front of your lawn. And then lastly, you got to be against exercise and finding a job. If you're not out there protesting 24/7 and making sure that you avoid job applications like it's COVID. You're cooked. The liberals will cast you out. Oh, which that reminds me. Speaking of COVID, you also got to be vaccinated. You got to have like 11 boosters to be considered a liberal. And they say that it's the party of inclusivity. And then on the conservative side, really nothing. You can be whatever the hell you want.
I take pride into the fact that I have gone to every single pride up until they legalized gay marriage, because I thought that was so wild that you couldn't marry who you love. And when it was legalized, that's at a federal level, not a state level. I keep hearing the left saying that they're going to take away gay marriage in some states, which is wild because it's not at a state level. It's I have a loogie. It's at a federal level.
Why the woke movement keeps shifting its goalposts. What we're seeing with today's social justice movement is exactly what the philosopher of totalitarianism, Hannah Arendt, warned about: a constant revolution with no end in sight. These movements, from feminism to gay rights, anti-racism, decolonization, and trans issues, mirror Arendt's observation that revolutions never settle, never declare victory, and never stop because they're not actually about achieving equality under the law. It's about expanding their umbrella until all individuals become part of one mindless blob that operates with a single rigid ideology, making them easier to organize for political ends. There's no end because the goal is not actually justice. It's the complete centralization of power. Orwell nailed it when he said one does not establish a dictatorship to safeguard a revolution, one makes the revolution to establish the dictatorship. So don't expect woke ideology, which is now embedded in every Western institution under the guise of diversity, equity, and inclusion, to burn out on its own. This movement thrives on Orwellian doublespeak, where diversity really means conformity, equity really means some animals are more equal than others, and inclusivity really means exclusion for those who oppose the revolution. The woke mind virus will continue to ceaselessly steamroll society until everyone is absorbed or anyone who opposes it is socially exiled. This is why it is more necessary than ever for Western society to say enough with equality of outcomes and return to the values of equality under the law and meritocracy. If this ideology continues, Western civilization itself is at stake.
This video's all over the place. I should just redo it, but I just don't care anymore. I just feel like these youngins out here just want to feel like they're a part of something. You know, they always want to feel like they invented being gay. They invented drugs, rock and roll. They invented it all. And this is so besides the point and totally off subject. But I've heard so many gays bitch and complain, saying that they hate the rainbow flag and they wish they had a different flag. And that makes me so mad because, you know, gays have like the good fashion sense, apparently. They don't want to have the ugly rainbow flag. And it's like, I love the rainbow aesthetic, not even connecting it to religion or the Bible, because I heard that, you know, all the religion people are mad that the rainbow used to be for, and I'm not against religion either. I believe in God. I believe in a higher, I believe in all that. I'm just saying, I know that like the LGBT community like to fight a lot with the Bible thumpers, and they like to complain. Well, the Bible thumpers used to say that the rainbow was their aesthetic and it used to be all about God. And it's like, stop with the labels and symbolism. I like the aesthetic of the rainbow back in like the 70s and 80s. Remember like Mork and Mindy, how Mork and Mindy, they had the rainbow suspenders, or like the cool like 70s girls when they would have their afros and they would be wearing rainbow and roller skating, and it was so groovy. Care Bears, My Little Pony, Rainbow Bright, Reading Rainbow. I still love the aesthetic. I wish I could just wear like rainbow shoelaces. I have a lot of shoes with rainbow shoelaces, or shirts with the rainbow across it, in a cool groovy aesthetic, like a more vintage aesthetic, without it being such a political statement. But now I feel like this new alphabet club has tainted the flag. And now the flag is even uglier than it was before. It has like, they added more colors. And it doesn't make sense why they added more colors, because like the flag has all the colors because that's the point. It's supposed to mean everyone's included. It's inclusivity. Like, that's the point of all the colors. Why are you adding more colors? You're adding light pink and baby blue, like baby colors. Like, is it a boy? Is it a girl? But I thought we weren't doing genders. You guys are so contradicting all the time. And Pride is definitely not what it used to be. Pride remind me back in the day. It used to be like MTV Spring Break, like so many hot people. And like back then, like I said, I went to every Pride when I was young. I was a party girl. I drank too much. I was probably an alcoholic. And any excuse for me to be around a bunch of beautiful people, I would take it, and I would go out and tyke out for the day. But modern Pride is more like going to Comic-Con. And again, don't get me wrong here. I love going to Comic-Con. I'm an artist. I used to love to draw comics. I used to sell my art. I used to cosplay. It's just definitely a different crowd. Like this is a bigger crowd, gargoyled, a little smellier. I'm not trying to be rude. You know, there's an odor. There's BO. There's people that might take things a little bit more sensitively. They might have the tism. And I'm sorry, I saw this TikTok, and it's a gay family on the right. And they were saying that they're not taking their child to Pride anymore because Pride has changed in the last 10 years from when they used to go, and how everything is so sexualized now, and they would never take their kids around that. Because I mean, I have seen clips of like people peeing on each other, and just gross. But I don't know, I kind of disagree with them. I think it's always been sexualized. I just think maybe people thought it was better when the people were attractive, because when they're bigger bodied people or older people, and you shouldn't be taking your kids.
Bringing your kid to a Pride parade is like bringing your kid to Mardi Gras. Like, Pride is not this wholesome celebration of gay culture and the fight for gay rights. It originally stood for those things, but over time, it has really just mainly become an excuse to drink and party. Like many holidays, like Cinco de Mayo, once stood for something meaningful and important, but now has just become an excuse for people to drink and party.
Oh, and I always had those friends or even family members that would want to bring their kids, and I wouldn't go with them. They're like, come on, I'm bringing so-and-so. And it's like, no, it's okay. You guys have fun, and I'll just go another day, because that's disgusting. You're tacky. And it was always those like, well, because they're moms that like don't go out and party, so they think they're being cool. Like, hello, fellow kids. But since they don't go and party, they don't know what's going to be there. The whole community, if you think about it, it is a sexual topic. And why do you want to have that sexual topic with your parents? Like, it's all about who you like to kiss and who you like to fuck, what gender you like to do that with. Why would you want to be around your parent for that? Like, that's like being in the room with your parent and watching corn. Why would you want to watch corn with your parent? So yeah, I'm sorry. I think Pride was always raunchy, even 10 years ago. We were wearing chaps and pasties 10 years ago. I didn't say assless chaps, because all chaps are assless. If they weren't, they would just be pants. But I even saw one of my managers wear assless chaps at Pride one year. That was a fun year. I was showing my ass that year too. Yeah, so people taking their kids to Pride is like, I don't know. I just think it's tacky. It's like taking your kid to a bar, or even like to a drag show or to a strip club. That's adult entertainment, weirdo. It's like that one trans TikToker that's getting in so much trouble now that talks to kids. Like, he makes videos talking to kids at Disneyland, but he also has an OF on the side.
T-minus 24 hours until my cake pops are removed. When they remove the cake pops, there's the matter of the bag.
Now that's when you know you have a problem. Like, if you make child content and you also have adult content in an OF page, I don't know, maybe allegedly you might be a PDF file. That kind of reminds me of RuPaul Drag Race. RuPaul Drag Race, they forget that they have conservative viewers. They had this one drag queen, they were doing like a skit, and you know how they do different skits and they dress up like different characters. Well, this drag queen dressed up as a Republican president.
I look like Sarah Palin on steroids. I've got my red power suit that lets you know I think poor people should pay all the taxes.
Oh, it's an alien.
And the Republican president character, the drag queen, was like, all the poor people must pay all taxes. And I don't know what Republican president does that, because the top 50% of all Americans pay 98% of taxes. Not the 50, the 50 that under that is the poor people. So the top 50% of Americans pay 98% of taxes. And where have they been? Because Trump and Elon over here are uncovering all this alleged fraud happening in our government with our taxpayer dollars. They're saving us money. And remember that one RuPaul contestant that wouldn't shut up about reading to kids, how important it is for drag queens, adult entertainer, to read to minors. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Joey Grimelli. He was creepy. He wouldn't shut up about talking to underage kids. Well, he got disqualified. I take that back. I eat my words. Allegedly was doing stuff with underage stuff. I'm just talking to Chat GBT because I couldn't be bothered to really look. Okay, so he was disqualified right before season 12 aired in 2020. Multiple people came forward accusing Cherry Pie, real name Joey blah blah blah, of catfishing them by pretending to be a casting director and soliciting sexual videos under false pretenses. As of now, no formal charges or prison time has been publicly reported against Cherry Pie. There's no reason why a drag queen should be reading to children, to minors. That's like taking your kid to a strip club. It is adult entertainment. No, but I'm curious. Do any of you guys watch RuPaul Drag Race? Am I the only person on the right that watches? I doubt it. I'm sure there's a lot of us. In each episode, they are just talking shit about us. And that's the only show I watch on Paramount Plus. I don't even know why I'm paying for the service anymore. It's like I have a humiliation kink or something. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, guys. I turn off the AC when I film these videos, and if you can tell, I am sweating my ass off. It's like 80 degrees in here right now. I just want to know. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think, is there any reason for Pride anymore? Is there anything left to fight for? But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Happy Pride. If you like this one, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Boy, 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 boy.
Thank you, feminine. Thank you, wise lesbian. Thank you, microwave Justin Bieber. Ellen DeGeneres.